Hello, and welcome to D6 Tricks here in the middle of Spooky Month! Ooh, it was so spooky! I am your host, Alex, and joining me today, we have Atwas.
Hello, everyone. Spooky!
Spooky! We have Crimes.
Hello!
We have Queen.
Hello, it's me, the definition of a white woman jump scare.
And sitting right next to me in this very room, we have Juno.
It's the spooky month! Spooky month!
I need you guys to know that Alex and I both did the spooky dance.
Yeah, it's very important.
Good.
You can't do the
wish I
spooky
could've
dance
done it.
alone. That's just not how it's done.
Yes, you need at least one other person.
Yeah.
All right. So, this week's micro RPG, for those of you who want short little one-shots that are easy to run and can provide some spooks, is Cthulhu Dark. You might think, oh, like Call of Cthulhu? Kinda. Much more simple. Here's how it works. You want to make a character? Come up with a name, come up with an occupation. Game Master should probably help you by saying, hey, what's the setting? So that you don't make, like, a camp counselor in the beginning of the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah. Ooh, embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. Anytime you want to roll for something, you roll a d6. 1 means you get, like, if you're doing investigation, the bare minimum amount of information to progress the investigation. 4 means you get everything a competent investigator can get you. 5 means you get everything competent investigation can get you, plus a little bit more. 6, you learn more than you intended and risk going mad.
Oh,
Yay!
6s aren't good. Necessarily good.
Same thing with anything that isn't investigation. 1 means you do it poorly but successfully. 5 means you do a little better than you intended. 6 means you do so well that you risk going mad.
Oh,
Yeah.
The tentacles are coming for you. They do not like you doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're being chased by tentacles, then if you're trying to sneak away from them, a 1 would mean you leap out of the window and crash onto the nearby roof, alerting the tentacles to your position, but you're out of the room. 6 means you get out and you look back and you get a horrifying glimpse at what the tentacles are attached to. Now, whenever you roll a 6, or otherwise risk your sanity, or get spooked, you roll the insight dice. And if your insight dice rolls higher than your current insight score, which starts at 1, you increase the insight score by 1 and get a little bit closer to losing your mind. Woo! Yeah. Once that reaches 6, you are gone, and you get to narrate how you go out, but make sure it's fun. 'Cause you're gone once you reach insight level 6. The other main rule is the lack of a rule, which is combat. Now, theoretically, you could engage in combat with, like, mundane creatures like a thug accosting you for money. But if you're going up against a supernatural creature, here's how combat works. You lose. Yeah. You cannot roll to overpower a supernatural creature, you just lose. If you want to do something like, I fight to distract the creature so my friends can get away, that's something. I fight to slow it down, that's something plausible. Or I fight to injure or wound or kill it, you're gonna lose. Yeah. Speaking of losing, the other major rule that I forgot is the failure dice. If I, or if one of the lovely players, hears of a situation that calls for a roll, and it's like, ooh, I thought of some interesting consequences for if you fail. They describe what those consequences would be, and then roll the failure dice. Or I can just call on you to roll the failure dice for me. Now, if the failure dice is the highest dice in the pool, then failure happens. The tentacles catch you. Bad things are gonna happen. You want dice in the pool so you can roll as high as possible, so your human die for if there's something in the realm of human potential, your occupation die if it's something that your occupation would help you with, and your insight die if you wish to lose your mind or risk your mind even. But you don't want the failure die to be the high one. Speaking of risking your mind in order to encourage more rolling of the insight dice, if you don't like the result of any roll, you can add your insight dice to it and re-roll it many times as you want until you get a result you're happy with. So, all in all, try not to roll 6, try to find out the mystery, try not to lose your mind.
You've got it.
With one, at least you don't lose your mind.
Yeah. So, those are the very simple rules for Cthulhu Dark, and keeping it simple, we're going to a pretty standard setting for H.P. Lovecraft books, which are, of course, the basis for the Cthulhu mythos and everything with it. I'm inserting a standard disclaimer here that H.P. Lovecraft was definitely a product of his time, and there was some racism in his books. So, this is not an endorsement of any of those views that have not aged well. This is just us trying to play a game and have fun.
Look, he's in the dirt. You probably know we don't endorse this.
Yep.
Death of the author, baby.
Death of the author. I'm not here to debate his views. I'm here to GM a game with my friends.
With tentacles. Mm-hmm. Possibly.
Possibly with tentacles.
Promise?
All right. So, we're going to start up here on a bus that is going through the quote-unquote mean streets of New England, just driving along the expressways, getting from place to place. All sorts of people ride the bus, all sorts of people have destinations in mind, some vacation, some work, some just to get away from things. And we have four particularly interesting people on this bus today, besides the driver, of course, who's just doing his best to get through the nasty rain and wind that started up recently. So, first among these passengers, there is a college professor. Would you care to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am Professor Ludwig Schmidt. I am a social sciences professor at the University of Massachusetts. I am traveling across. I am currently traveling to Miskatonic University for a conference of the social sciences. Professors from other colleges across New England will be there. Harvard, Yale, Amherst College, Smith College. There are many things to discuss in the wake of the Great War, especially the state of the world.
Yes, of course. Speaking of the Great War, I believe we have a veteran of the Great War also on board this bus.
We do, as a matter of fact. I guess we're gonna do this in first person. My name is Kit Sullivan, and yes, I am a veteran. It's kind of obvious. Half my face kind of, well, let's just say it's a bit worse for wear, along with the voice, but that was a few years ago now, and things have changed. Anyway, I'm no longer a soldier. I've gone back to my civilian work as a doctor, and I'm just here to take some time off now that I'm back in the States and hang out with my daughter, actually.
Speaking of the daughter, I believe she is also traveling on this bus.
Correct. Hi, my name is Sybil Cordova. I am, well, I guess really I'm more of a socialite than anything. Since I'm rich and all, I spend my days traveling the country, checking out various occult and paranormal things. That's the thing I'm most excited about. I'm pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a decent shot. I'm not a disaster. I'm very capable of what I do, I promise.
Mm-hmm. You are.
And, yeah. I met Kit on an adventure in Peru, and he's my dad now. I've adopted him.
That is definitely how it works.
Correct.
Speaking of children, or those who are minors, because I don't know if this person's going to argue that they're not a child. Let's go over to the last person on the bus.
Excuse you, I'm 22.
Well, hello. I'm Clover Crow. I am 16 in 2 months. Well, basically, I've been in school and I was very close to finishing until my parents divorced and my father lost his job. So, I'm going to be moving in with him and supporting him with my art. Even though it doesn't really pay well, but it's the only thing I'm really good at. So, that's me. Hello. I'm British too for some reason.
Oh no, I love her.
The Old Englanders infiltrating New England.
Everyone comes from different walks of life, Clover.
Yeah,
I am a
we
German
traveled
immigrant
a lot.
myself.
Yeah. Oh, really? Lovely.
Yes. There is no reason to be alarmed. America is a wonderful melting pot of cultures.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very, very visible. Good spots to draw.
Several beautiful places. The bus actually recently left one of them, one of its major stops. You're now a couple hours out of Boston, and you've been, well, not driving, obviously, you haven't been driving the bus, but you've been on this bus for, like, a couple hours now, going pretty late into the night, along basically the coast of Massachusetts, and you're pretty sure you're beyond Massachusetts now, well beyond where, like, major cities are. Just continuing down through rain and wind, and you can hear some thunder in the distance. Quickly growing closer, actually.
Oh, the storm is very bad, it seems.
I could never sleep on buses anyway. It had his hat like over his face, but has now kind of just like put his hands over his ears. I hate this. How much longer do we have on this leg?
The bus driver looks over at a map that's just kind of like been posted with quick little T-pins to the side chair on his little bus stand. Till the next major city. 2 hours. 3. 3's probably safer because, I don't want to go too fast.
Indeed.
I don't know. I think the rain makes nice background noise.
Every roll of thunder comes with like just a minuscule little flinch. Yeah, I'll just remember to bring earplugs next time.
Yeah. The thunder is the thunder seems to be getting closer with every single clap. You haven't been seeing like lightning, but it sounds very, very close to you.
The old typical New England weather. I had to deal with this ever since I moved here.
How long have you been living here?
Oh, since 1908 actually.
Wow.
My daughter's very fond of the rain, but I've myself... it's nice when you're studying, but walking around from place to place on campus in the rain, especially if it's a broken umbrella.
It's like snow. The only people who like it are the people who don't have to live through it.
Sybil makes a face out of the rain like...
Alright, so, Sybil, as you're making a face out into the rain, there's this bright flash and this crack-a-boom as lightning strikes the bus. And, like, everything lights up brightly real quick, and then the bus stops right where it is. Rain pounds against it. The engine sputters to a halt. And any source of light that was on the bus is now out.
So,
Clover is
hey,
huddled.
Sybil,
Yes.
Sybil, you're on the fucking ground of the bus. Kit basically just went, take cover.
Oh,
Yeah, get down, Mr. President!
Exactly.
Mr. President! Just scream and then scream!
Mr. Wilson, get down!
Sybil's like, okay. Lightning, I think.
Sorry.
Well, that's
sorry.
the odds of
Reaches
that.
up to very, like, kind of pat Kit, like, it's okay.
Alright.
I understand the shell shock might be a large issue for many veterans, and I'm truly sorry that we had to meet in such circumstances.
Do you have a torch?
Yes.
Does anyone have a torch?
I
Yes.
got a couple up here for emergencies, says the bus driver. He starts passing them down the aisles, turns on one.
Danke.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check out the engine. I'm gonna go check out the engine, see how fried we are, alright?
Yeah.
All right.
Sybil pulls out a lighter.
It's all right, child.
Okay,
Just
there, kid.
we have the. We do have the torches.
I think just about. Is this heaven?
No, we are very much still alive.
Oh,
Mercifully.
phew.
That was quite a lightning strike, was it not?
Just
Yeah.
like, she's got a sketch pad with her, just like checking the paint. Oh, good, not singed. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, luckily I think the bus is grounded enough.
Yeah, the bus is not moving, but everyone here, you might be like emotionally shaken, but physically you're fine.
Well, not every day that the bus gets struck by lightning.
Mercifully, it was just of us and not any of us. Or of us, the driver.
Speaking of which, the driver comes back in, soaking wet, shakes himself off a little bit. Alright, so, bad news. Bus is fried.
Ah,
Good news. We are technically not in the middle of nowhere. Yeah,
That is
just
good news.
yeah. There's a sign I saw like side the road. There's a village about a half mile down the road. Sedna's Rest or something like that. So if we're looking for shelter, it's a bit of a hike, but not too much. And probably I have a phone to call someone to go fix the bus.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really feel like sitting in a dark bus out in the rain.
Yeah, that sounds like a serial killer scenario right there. So
Indeed.
so everyone, come up here, get your luggage, prepare for a little bit of a walk.
Well, it's a good thing I
Wait,
came
what?
prepared this time.
Where's the phone? Sorry.
Half mile down the road, there's a village. Sign says Sedna's Rest.
Okay. Okay. Do you mind if I call my dad on it then when we get to it?
Yeah. Once we find the phone, let me have first call so there's no big line to avoid me getting us out of here as soon as possible.
Okay.
After that, though, you're fine.
Yeah,
get
it's a
our
good thing I
bags?
came prepared.
Yeah.
Pulls out an umbrella,
Oh,
disembarks
I
from
was
the
gonna
bus.
say.
I thought this
travel
might
around
happen.
here without
At
one.
least the rain.
Yep. All right. So, everyone gathers up their bags. Some of the other passengers may or may not have brought umbrellas, which is very unfortunate for them. And everyone starts trudging their way through mud, pebbles, dirt roads, until eventually they come across a series of old-looking wooden buildings, the kind associated with, like colonial times that have been repainted but not remodeled. Couple of lanterns flickering, hanging along the walls, under awnings to be sheltered from the rain, some candle lights flickering in windows. There's a harbor as well out in the distance, several moored ships along some pretty choppy-looking waves as the rain comes in. There is one major source of actual electric lights still being on, and it is the Sedna's Rest Hot L. The E has shorted out, and it's just kind of flickering with faint electric light out in the distance.
Well,
At least
There's
they have
lights.
power. Indeed.
Yeah. So, hotel, good for tourists, good for shelter. Everyone, huddle up in there. We can go talk to whoever's out there, see about a phone, maybe see about discount on rooms in case it's not gonna be a while until someone gets here.
Yeah.
We gotta be fine. We're gonna be fine.
So better to get out of this rain.
I'm imagining there are a few disagreements to getting out of the rain, so everyone just kind of hustles over towards the hotel, piling in.
To the hot L!
To the hot L! And as the little bell on the door, ding, 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 rings repeatedly, there's a fairly chubby-looking, balding man at the front desk who just looks up, raises an eyebrow at this sea of people that's just piling into the hotel, huddling against each other, finding a fireplace, running up there to get warm. And the first thing he says is, "Can the last of you shut the door?"
Okay.
All right.
Shuts the door.
Clover, you shut the door. The rain is a little quieter now that you're inside. Bus driver slicks back his sopping wet hair. It does not help in the slightest. And moves up to the front desk to do some talking with the front desk manager. If anyone wants to join him, you are more than welcome. He won't stop anyone. Otherwise, you're free to mill about and look around the hotel's lobby.
I will join talking with the guy, because that's what Sybil does. She talks to people, so...
Sibyl's a
that's what she's
talker.
going to do.
All right.
I'll watch your luggage. Kit says, having carried Sybil's luggage.
Thanks!
Out of curiosity, how much luggage did Sybil pack?
I managed to talk it down to a reasonable amount.
A reasonable 2 bags.
Exactly.
And a purse.
And a purse. Well, it's a personal item. Surely that doesn't count as a bag.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it
It
doesn't
can fit
count.
under the seat.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
All right. So, as you get up to the front desk manager coughs a little to get rid of some phlegm in his mouth, and then looks over and is like, "If you're looking for a communal room, the most we can fit in a room is 2. In case you hippies are planning anything untoward."
No, nothing like that, sir. We were just on a sightseeing trip along the coast, and our bus broke down at the side of the road, so we were just looking for a place to stay while this rain goes on, and, seeing how it looks like it's going to be going on for some time. A discussion of bulk rooms would be nice, but it's not like we're all expecting to go into one. That would be crazy.
And also the phone. You do have a phone, right? I should probably, call
Oh.
someone to get the bus off the freeway in case there are accidents. And
Yes.
the man just angrily, grumpily points towards the phone in the back. Bus driver waves, moves off. Front desk man turns to Sybil. Rooms at $5 a night.
I see. I couldn't tell you how much that is in 1920s money.
Assume that Sybil Cordova has enough.
Yeah, I mean, Sybil has it, but Sybil's like, okay, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, he's charging us more for city slicker tax.
Yeah. Supposed to $5. I see.
Per room.
Now, don't get me wrong. I am of a certain type. I've been to many a hotel, and $5 rate for a room seems reasonable enough if you have something pleasant enough. But for others on the bus here, perhaps you could reconsider. We are in a bit of a dire strait here.
Would you care to roll some dice to try and persuade this man?
Sure.
First roll.
First roll.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go with occupation because I'm rich.
Okay. So you can add occupation die to it and a human die. Whichever's higher wins. They're both 3!
Wow!
What we offer is shelter. Not a good idea to be in Setner's Rest this time of the year. It's the stormy season. But for those of you who don't want to stay in an automobile, $4.
$4 is good. I'll take it. Thank you so much. And I'll be happy to pay 5, sir.
So the word gets around that rooms are $4. There's a whole lot of grumbling among some passengers as they fish through wallets for those amazing $4 in Depression era money too. So oh my god,
Yeah.
this is seriously times.
It's like, Sybil shrugs. Did my best.
This was supposed to be food money.
Sybil, like, hears this, kind of stops Clover, puts down money for Clover as well.
Oh! Wait, no, you don't have to. It's okay. I can speak for you.
Honey, I assure you, like, Sybil just kind of looks, you can tell easily from how this woman is dressed. Hon, don't worry, I've got it. So that said, you know, if you want to draw me, I'm not against it. I hear you're a great artist. Slides money, you know. Meanwhile, anyway, like I was saying.
All right. Front desk guy passes out keys, gives directions. It's a multi-floor hotel. There are like at least 3. It's pretty decently sized for a fishing village of this size. Yeah, there are enough rooms to fit everyone who was on the bus and still have some vacancy.
Yay!
Bus driver comes over. All right. So, bad news. The repairman cannot come here until at least tomorrow.
With this
It's a
rain,
good
I'm not
thing we have our rooms.
surprised.
Yeah. We are in the middle of semi-nowhere. No offense, good sir. Anyway, good news. At least we have beds, and the beds are presumably dry. Now, that being said, I hope this experience does not diminish your view of the bus company. But just in case you have complaints, tell them Roger had nothing to do with it, okay? I'm Roger, in case you didn't see the name tag over the bus.
Okay.
I will leave a glowing review for you, Roger. Don't you worry.
Much appreciated. That's how they determine my salary.
Clover will go to the telephone herself.
All right. It is one of those pay phones. You need at least a quarter to use.
Yeah, I'll scrape up a couple quarters that are like dug deep in the purse.
All right.
And then she'll flick to the back of her sketchbook where a number's noted down. There's like 2 numbers for her mum and her dad, and she'll type in the one for her dad. Or do the dial thing for her dad.
Right. Okay. You use a rotary phone, the thing that's confused many a teenager of modern day society. Yeah. And you call up your dad. Phone rings 3 times. He gets to the 4th, and then there's the pickup noise, and you hear a very bleary on the other end.
Oh, sorry, Dad. It's Clover.
Hey, Clover.
Sorry. I know that I was gonna arrive and sneak in and not wake you up, but the bus is broken down, so I'm not. We're gonna be coming until like the morning.
I can wait until morning. You're okay, right?
Yeah. No scrapes or anything, just almost electrocuted. But I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing damaged.
Okay. Don't get electrocuted before you get here.
I promise. I'll go now, but you get some sleep. Sorry to wake you up.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
All right. Phone hangs up.
I will scurry back to the group. I'll go to Sybil and go like, so do you want to do this picture now, or?
Can you?
If you want, I can stay up for a bit.
Oh, heck yes!
Maybe not in the lobby.
Not in the lobby, no.
Okay.
Come on!
Yeah, oh, okay.
Dress.
To a room, you filthy hippies.
What's a hippie?
I would like to
Oh,
go up to the front desk and ask if they have a telegram.
Just the phone.
In that case, that is all right. Sorry for bothering you.
All right. So, is everyone retiring to their rooms for the night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. The lightning and thunder is pretty nasty through the night. It is loud, and the winds, you swear, you hear like someone roaring in the middle of it with the amount of air that is like blasting up against the windows. But around 4:30 in the morning, it stops. The rain is still there, and like the thunder is distant, but it's no longer like actively storming over the hot L. And in the morning, everyone gets up. There is no complimentary breakfast because this is a fishing village in the 1920s.
Wow.
Fair.
And people head downstairs. The passengers are hanging out in the lobby, chatting up each other, talking about how awful the weather is, wondering if the bus is there, looking to see if Roger is there with an update. He's not.
Oh, there's our bus driver.
Has anyone seen Roger?
No.
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 Last I saw him, he was up in his room.
Maybe he went out early or something. Check with the front desk. Is it the same fella at the front desk?
Same fella at the front desk.
Pardon me, sir. You didn't happen to see our mechanic early this morning, did you?
He looks around, looks at the group. Ran out on you, did he?
As far as we know, no.
Maybe he's just still asleep. Long night. Do you know what room number you gave him? I can go knock on the door.
205.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Alright.
Just gonna go knock on a door.
Cool, you head upstairs to room 205, knock on the door. Nothing.
Knock one more time.
Silence.
Kit, takes a step back, looks down the hall, probably sees nobody, shrugs, tries the handle.
Alright. You try the handle, and you pull on it, and the handle falls off, and the door creaks slightly ajar.
What the... Yikes. Yeah, no, just sort of, open it up, feel for, a light switch on the wall or something.
Alright.
Roger, sir.
You flick on the light switch, a light bulb flickers on to a room in total disarray. Blankets and pillows and other, bedspreads have been tossed basically everywhere. They are soaking wet. The window is open, letting in a little bit of the rain. It looks like there's a scorch mark in the center of the room. Roger's nowhere to be seen.
What in the... Kit realizing he can't fucking yell. He's gonna try and take stock of the room and see if, Roger's things are still here. But, if he can't get that at a first glance, he's just gonna hop downstairs and gather the gang.
You can make a human check to do a quick investigation for Roger's things.
Shall do.
Alright. Yeah, first place you check is, in a desk drawer next to the bed. His wallet is still in there. His keys are still in there. Wallet's been emptied of cash, but, other than that, still there.
Do the keys include the bus key?
Keys include the bus key.
Kid's gonna snag the bus key.
Alright.
And head downstairs to deliver the news. So it looks like intrepid bus driver either ran out on us or left very, very early this morning.
What?
Was he not in his room?
No.
Strange.
Left most of his personal effects there too.
He left us? He left us?
Maybe he's just out at the bus with a mechanic or something. It'd probably still best to hole up here. Kit looks supremely uncomfortable addressing a crowd of people, but yeah. When he gets the chance, he'll pull Sybil aside, probably within the vicinity of the team.
The squad.
The squad. There is something a little anomalous.
Mysterious?
I cannot help but overhear your murmurings. What do you mean?
Please.
So,
The more eyes, the better.
okay, something odd about the room? Wouldn't be the first time.
The first time.
Let's go take a look, I guess.
Kind of glances back to see see the professor and Clover.
Clover, I like you. You can come. You want to come, Professor?
I've come as first. This does concern me. I do have to get to my conference, so the lack
You're
of a
all
bus
not-
driver is concerning.
You two aren't panicking. You can come with us. Let's go.
Of course, of course.
Right, yeah.
Alright.
Completely ignoring the fact that Clover looks absolutely terrified. Like someone just loops an arm around her shoulder. Let's go.
This is fine.
It's called building character,
Vamos,
kid.
mija,
You
let's
won't
go.
regret this.
You're a woman now!
So I assume that, like, everything that Kit has seen is also apparent to us?
Yeah, everything Kit has seen is readily apparent to all of you.
And the keys to the bus?
Kit kind of like reaches into an inside pocket of his jacket and kind of has them on his finger,
Ah.
just in case.
So if
Thing that I'm...
so if you were
So he left the bus key.
Yeah.
which means that he is most definitely not with the mechanic, for that is something that would be necessary.
Yeah. And then there's this. He kind of circles the scorch mark.
What could have happened here? They say lightning never strikes twice, but
Lightning wouldn't strike in through a window and not leave any of the mark.
Sybil like kneels down to really inspect the scorch mark. You know,
Do some
her
inspection
general
then, Sybil.
instinct. Yep, general instinct at this point is
Okay, weird thing happened in room. Is there a weird occult marking in the scorch mark? Let's find out.
so. I guess that is. I guess that's an occupation die.
I guess.
What I do.
It's what you do.
Hot girl shit.
Hot girl
girl
shit.
Hey.
Alright. If you're really looking for occult shit, and you're willing to risk your mind looking for occult shit, you can always re-roll, plus the insight die.
I'm gonna do it. Oh, whoops! I hit human die on accident.
It's all good. You can count that as your
Oh.
re-roll of the human die, because you re-roll all of them.
Oh right. Okay, gotcha. Jesus.
Fuck.
Oh, wow, okay.
Incredible.
So, insight die is the highest, which means, something is going to make you risk your mind.
Oh boy!
our first mind risk of the session.
Alright. Sybil, this isn't your first rodeo with some weird occult shit. So as you start looking deeply into the scorch mark, looking for occult symbols, the memory of one, like this indescribable mass of curves and thorns in non-3D geometry, flashes in your mind. Is it a flashback? Is it flash forward? You can't tell. All you can tell is roll an insight dice to see if it affects you.
Oh boy!
Come on.
Yep, your insight's 2 now.
Oh my fucking god.
Wow!
As for the scorch mark itself, once you stop flashing to weird, thorny, twisty thing, it definitely looks like a lightning strike. However, as the good Professor Schmidt put forward, lightning doesn't strike the same place twice. And as Kit said, it doesn't strike indoors. So somehow lightning angled itself to strike this precise area in his room.
Sybil, like, stands up, kind of holding. I squints. She seems kind of, like, confused, shakes her head.
What is it?
What's wrong?
I don't. It feels familiar? But I don't. Thorns.
What are you
Thorns.
talking about?
Thorns. They're related somehow, and she goes from confused, touches her head, to notably excited. Okay. So, weird scorch mark. I saw something in my head, which might be related, but it might not be. I guess we'll find out.
Well, for
Takes a step back from her.
Well, for a less reasonable man, I would posit that Jupiter has a bit of a vendetta against her dear bus driver friend. But,
What?
Vendetta.
Jupiter, the god of lightning.
the god of
yeah.
the Roman god of thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little bit of social science humor to possibly lighten the mood a bit, but I suppose it was
You've got it,
misplaced.
Doc.
Apologies.
Nah, it's appreciated.
Of course, the stars leave. It is an odd coincidence that the lightning would strike the bus, and then the bus driver.
Inside of that.
Yeah. Lucky it didn't curve inside of the bus itself. But, indeed, with these strange visions you're having, Sybil, was it?
Yes, that's my name.
Yeah, with these strange visions. Perhaps something beyond this world is responsible.
Ooh, I hope so.
Oh.
Again, I am a reasonable man. But is it not unreasonable to suspect that things may be out of the ordinary when such occurrences begin to manifest themselves, especially in the witching hour?
Oh, completely reasonable. If you ask me, it's the only logical conclusion. Lightning doesn't strike twice, and it doesn't strike indoors. Maybe mermaids.
What? I know there's a harbor, but that's a bit of a. You know what?
Sometimes they have a lightning thing.
Are there any? Does it look like there would plausibly be any like remains or something? Does it look like, maybe our good friend was injured, or is it just like basically a flat scorch mark on the floor?
Go ahead and roll to investigate that.
Sure. Boom, baby, let's go.
Nice!
Finally. Good
Yay!
fucking roll.
All right.
All I had to do was roll a 5 to warm us up.
There we go.
Yeah.
So obviously there were some signs of a struggle, because there's stuff knocked over everywhere. But despite everything being knocked over, a bunch of like damp puddles around, and then the scorch mark on the floor, it doesn't look like anyone was hit and injured by lightning. From what you can tell, the lightning just kind of happened to hit the area. There was a fight, but the lightning didn't like disintegrate anybody. There are some like faint blood trails on the far side of the bed, like it looks like someone was like shoved up against it, cracked their head on it, like a quick little melee, but not an extended brawl or anything that would be hit by lightning. And extra, because you rolled a 5 in your investigation, along that bloody bedpost, you find some fish scales.
Oh.
Like, following the trail, you know, following the blood here and there, doing a little look-see. Turns to kind of, like, look towards the window, which was open, correct?
Now, the window is open.
Is it broken? Or...
Yeah, kind of like talking to
Window's
himself.
not broken, it's open.
Okay.
It's only his second story. Maybe he made it out or something. Kind of like puts a hand on the bedpost and kind of like rubs his fingers together. Fish scales.
Fish scales?
Fish scales. Holds out his fingers where like the scales have stuck to them.
Sybil's face just immediately lights up.
This is a fishing town, so that would
Yeah.
make sense. There would be remnants. Perhaps a fisherman was here before, but
In the hotel where generally non-locals would stay.
Not to mention, I doubt
bedpost.
our host would be terribly thrilled with fish cleaning inside of his rooms.
Well, what if it was...
eat.
I know this is a bit of a stretch. What if it was an evil fisherman?
An evil fisherman mermaid.
I don't know, or maybe not evil, or it could be a mermaid, but like a criminal who do crime.
I love how you draw the line at evil instead of mermaid. I can see why you two get along.
Oh,
Clover gets it.
Well, allows a young mind to
I
wander.
tried.
It is all right. Especially when we're dealing with such strange things as it seems you are not willing to rule any possibility out, regardless of how ridiculous it may sound, because who knows at this point, correct?
could Clovis sketch out the room?
Sure, yeah. Roll
Like,
for it
just
to
so I
see
can
how good the
highlight
sketch
any-
is, which is both
Yeah,
human and
sure.
occupation.
Human and occupation. So how do I roll this again? Sorry.
Click on the dice that's next to human die, and then click on the one that's next to occupation die.
Okay, so they're separate. Yeah.
Yo. Bless yo.
Yo.
Talent, baby!
We're taking the 5, though. Let's go.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
All right. You sit down, take a little sketch of the room so that you can, keep it in memory without having to describe it to everybody. Just have it at hand for whatever.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's pretty successful. You think you can very accurately show the sketch to anyone and they'll have a good understanding of the room. And, unconsciously, you feel that you have drawn what looks to be the image of a trident in the margins of the sketch.
How?
Unconsciously.
Let me see.
Okay.
The kind of thing where you draw the room and then you kind of pull it back and you're like, oh, there's a shape here that I did not notice while
Yeah.
I was doing the details.
Oh, well, it seems that the culprit would not be Jupiter, but Neptune.
Well, in that case, what do you think, Herr Schmidt, Miss Cordova, Miss Crow? Should we go visit the harbor? Seems that's where things are pointed.
Yeah.
Makes
Maybe the
sense.
bushes outside broke out bus rabbit's fall or something.
I hope
Perhaps.
so.
Are there any
Maybe.
footsteps leading to... any footsteps anywhere?
Well, given that there is a whole lot of, dampness and water on the floor, you can check to see if there's any traces of, muddy or wet footsteps around.
Okay, will that just be a regular old roll?
That's a regular old roll.
Alright. Let's see what we got. Ah!
Oh no.
1.
No!
It's wet, and the wetness leads towards the harbor.
Well, I suppose that settles it.
Yeah, look, the rules say to give the minimum amount of information, which is very lame. If the mystery says go to 747 Harbor Street, I'll just say, it says go to 747 Harbor Street onto 1, and that's it.
To the harbor, I guess.
Let's go find our mermaid Neptune.
I guess before we go completely, Kit will ask any one of you to get people's attention and just be like, we're gonna go check on the bus driver.
Okay.
I'm sure he's meeting up with the mechanic right now. Do not panic.
Sybil does this.
He does not say do not panic, just
All right.
everything.
Everything is
Gonna
under
go meet up, check on the
control.
bus. Everything's under control. Stay here.
All right. So, while you can't really be sure that they're not going to panic, hearing that someone else is going to go out in the rain and do the looking does satisfy a good portion of the passengers who are just grumbling and mumbling to themselves. Some of them are mumbling about no free breakfast.
Hey, tell you what, we're gonna go look for the thing. If anyone has any umbrellas, there's probably a place that does breakfast around here. If you guys wanted to go find it, we could meet up with you once we go talk to the bus driver. Go get some breakfast since you're stuck here, right? You're a tourist. Do the tourist thing.
The tourists mumble about doing a tourist thing. A couple of them go to get umbrellas. While they will also be out at, like, the harbor and in and around town, functionally, they're not going to be helping you with your investigation at all.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Not.
Oh, that's fine. Listen, I said this not to make them help at this. I said this because it's easier to mollify a populace with food.
Yeah,
That's why.
that's why.
Shall we? Opens umbrella.
Let us go.
Umbrella.
All
Oh,
right.
my sketch pad's gonna get wet.
Yeah, under my umbrella, will you?
Oh, thank you.
Of course, don't want to get any of that paper wet.
You step out into the wind and the rain around Sedna's Rest and head towards the harbor. Even though it is rainy and not particularly good, the sea is less choppy than it was last night, and there appear to be a couple of locals out and about chatting with each other, making jokes, very bawdy sailor jokes, laughing at each other about it. There's one little dock on the harbor with several fishing poles kind of like nailed and bolted down to positions around it, hanging in the water, being unmanned, just watched over by one guy, hat pulled over his head, rocking back and forth in a rocking chair with a pipe in his mouth. Along with this, there are a couple of shops along the waterfront, mostly the stuff you'd expect to be in a self-sustaining village, like there's the blacksmith, there's the butcher, things like that. And there are also some stands set up, selling like jewelry, baubles, gewgaws, knickknacks, tourist trappy stuff that, of course, there are some tourists already at, being like, ooh, I would love a souvenir from this stop.
Oh, a snow globe.
All my friends are going to be so interested.
Excellent.
Are they selling anything strange at the shop?
Go ahead and roll and take a look.
All right, human die.
Human die. Okay.
Not bad.
You look over at some of the stands. Couple of like pieces of jewelry made from fish scales. Stuff you'd expect to be like, oh wow, it's reusing fish parts, like a fish bone necklace for the truly macabre. And a couple of like statuettes you notice, like couple inches tall, 3/4 at the most, decorated to look like humanoids, one of which is holding a trident. Professor Schmidt, you're a social sciences professor. You recognize that as an image of Neptune.
Ah, yes. Well, perhaps I wasn't so far off with my second assessment, that is. That is indeed an image of Neptune, the Roman god of the sea, also known as Poseidon to the Greeks. Huh. I suppose this is a fishing town, so perhaps it is some sort of local iconography, some sort of local cultural thing. Are the fish scales the same as the ones that we saw in the hotel?
Couple different types of fish scales.
Okay.
Like there's one that's clearly made from like a red snapper because it's very shiny and red. Fish scales that were at the rim They were like a duller color, closer to like dull silver.
So like trout thing.
Trout. Could be any fish.
They do take the sea seriously in this town, don't they? I mean, it is a fishing village, so of course they would. It's their main source of It's the main economic. It's the main engine of their economics here.
I can understand that. But it's all stories, isn't it?
Well, indeed, the Romans and the Greeks, they had their myths.
What do you believe in?
Well, I am a Christian, of course. Catholic.
Yeah, same.
But I am a studier of many different myths and across the world. Also, of course, I'm mostly versed in the European myths, especially the classical.
To be a scholar is to be open-minded in at least some way.
Of course.
I'm gonna go ask around after Roger. Maybe somebody saw him as something. I don't know.
No, it's worth asking.
Indeed.
Yes.
I would also ask around.
All right. Most obvious people who are out and about and who are locals, because again, they're tourists. How are they going to help you? There is the man rocking back and forth on the fishing dock, and there are the people who are managing the Giga stands.
Well,
You got people might
a man rocking back and forth on a fishing dock. That. Listen, it just writes itself.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
It just
You
makes
look like an
Just
NPC that
makes
can be
sense.
talked to.
You look like a quest giver.
You look like a person who notices, who watches people. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
All right. You walk onto the fishing dock. As soon as you step away from like the main dock and onto the fishing one, immediately the guy reaches for his hat, tilts it up. He's got kind of dull blue eyes, looks to be half blind from what you can tell from this distance. Got kind of a scruffy black beard and a big old square jaw. Looks over in your direction, smiles. Here for fishing, are ya? Pretty good time. Still the stormy season around here, but not so stormy as to scare away tourist types like yourself.
If anything, we're here because of the stormy season. And Kit will also, like, tip his hat a bit and approach, doing his best to speak up. You're actually here on a, well, the lot of us, I'm sure you noticed all the tourists. Bus broke down. Actually looking for a bus driver. We think he may have come out to meet a mechanic or something of the sort. Have you seen a man that looks, and Kit will sort of give the general descriptor of our fine friend. Insert
description
Roger's
of Roger.
description here.
Roger's description here. He's kind of a pudgy looking guy, honestly. Kind of pudgy, very sleepy looking, very cut short, brown hair, slight balding, but not as balding as the guy who was running the front desk. All in all, the kind of guy you'd expect to be a bus driver in the 1920s.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't come out here to fish anytime recently. Real shame. You can get some real good stuff out in these times. I see some confusion on your face. Go ahead, one of you sit down, wait for a bite. You'll see what I mean.
Sure. Kit, not being good at talking to people, is happy to sit down and drift into a companionable silence and wait for something to bite.
All right.
This is I compel your old man ways, Kit. reaches for the fishing pole
Fishing
unconsciously.
Hey, man, whatever.
All right, yeah.
But hey, Sybil, if you want to ask about the scales,
Yes.
be my guest, because Kit was like, do I
It's
ask
fine.
weirdly
I wasn't
about the scales?
I realized we had not discussed whether Sybil went with Kit. My assumption was yes, but I was like, I don't want to like jump in.
I generally assume the group is together unless one of you says you're
Yeah.
splitting off.
Okay.
Yeah, Sybil's like, we, out of curiosity,
Sybil kind of pulls out. I think she's got some of the fish scales in her pocket.
did these scales seem familiar to you? Like, do you know what sort of fish they're from?
Let me take a look. See. Go ahead and roll. This is technically investigation, so roll to see how much information that he gets out of the fish scales.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Human
how it
guy?
works. It's conversation. You'll get what you need, but how much? You'll find out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. Dare I roll again with an insight die?
I
I've been
think you
rolling
want
very
to because
badly.
ones are the lamest thing in the
Dare.
world.
Okay, here we go.
Yo,
Yo, let's
Hey.
go!
let's
Nice.
fucking go. It's not higher, so
These ain't from one particular fish. This looks like a crossbreed of some kind. Like, maybe half salmon, half tuna, something else. Probably some tuna in there. This looks a bit like a tuna. Might be one of the special fish we got in here recently. Oh, speaking of which, there's a tug on Kit's line. It is an incredibly powerful tug.
fish on.
Fish on.
Sounds like a vapor.
Sounds like a whopper. Go ahead and roll to catch it. Roll a failure dice as well, because you might fall in the water.
Sure. I'm glad these fishing rods are bolted down. Oof.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oof.
Double oof.
Double oof.
If I roll my insight die, would I re-roll the failure die as well?
Yes.
Cool.
Fuck it, let's go.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Be bold!
One on.
Be bold!
Oh my
Stare death in the face, let's go!
god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, so
No.
what you want to know the fun part?
Yeah.
You rolled a 6 and the insight die was highest, so that's 2 lose your mind checks.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Okay.
Whoa.
Let me roll another one then.
That must be some fish.
Yeah, so
Well,
you still succeed. So your insight's now
Okay.
2.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And it's not 3, because the second one was a 2. Alright, we're good.
No. Roll again.
Oh, I...
Sorry. Because, yeah, the insight check, like the insight saving throw, for lack of better terminology, is different than adding your insight die.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So your insight's now 2. We're gonna see if it's gonna be 3. It is
Looks
gonna
like
be
it is.
3.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow, that was a mind-bending fish. Holy shit.
Kit falls in the water and sees something.
All right. You fall down into the water, and there is definitely something in there that is... It sounds, from your muffled point of view, like it's snoring. And then, in between snoring, it seems like it's calling out to someone. This, like, deep, burbling roar that shakes the water. You are out of there in a flash because the deep boom is starting to sound like artillery fire. And as you come out, somehow you also pull back what was on the line, and you just pull it out of the water. That's a tiger shark.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's this. Just sort of hands and knees on the dock, kind of like
Professor just
shakily.
kind of pats him on the back, try to get the rest of the water out. Yeah, exactly. Easy.
Thank you.
Boss.
Oh, there was.
Does this species of shark live locally in.
Not usually. Storm
Strange.
season. I'm telling you. Brings the special fish.
Uh,
There was something.
some of my
There was
colleagues
something
in
else.
more physical sciences would
Something
call
else?
this what do you mean?
There was something else down there, something bigger. You said special fish, but I don't know. This is a stretch, but you don't have any like legends of large fish, sea monsters, or something like that. I know this sounds. There was something big down there.
Go ahead and roll for that to get some info about that.
You know what? I'll
Yep.
take a 2 on this one.
Take it 2. Okay.
Can't risk
Okay.
anymore. You just got two. Had to do 2 sanity checks.
Sounds like the storm god.
Storm God.
The storm god?
Yeah, the storm god.
Professor leans in. By any chance, this storm god, are there any relations to other myths, such as the myth of Poseidon or Neptune, or to Zeus, or any other of those sorts?
Well, this seems like it's something that would involve your knowledge of social sciences, so go ahead.
All right.
Yeah. Roll human and occupation.
Well,
Double 3, okay. No, I'm not a godly person myself. I don't, go to church on Sunday. I just say thank you, God, whenever, I get some nice dinner and, the usual stuff. It's not that I'm a non-believer, I just don't follow all that. What I do know, apparently, this storm god is local to here and here alone. Heard the name Gurgal a couple times. Let me spell that for you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
God. Well, thank you for
Gurgal.
the information.
Does Gorgal have any sort of symbol? Say something with thorns?
Or an association with the trident.
Or a trident. Trident works too.
That would be another roll to see if he knows anything about the symbol.
Sure, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna keep making you roll until someone goes insane, damn it.
That's fine. What am I rolling?
Human die. Actually add your occupation die because you've seen the symbol and you're an investigator. Okay, 4.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this.
No, I don't know. Trident sounds like, what's his face? The Poseidon or whatever.
It is Poseidon, yes.
Yeah, him too.
Never
Trident
died.
sounds like him too. As for like a big thorny thing, I'm not too familiar with Gurgal. All I hear is like the name and that he's out there. Do you see that old lady running the Giga stand?
Yeah.
Yeah?
She might know a thing or two. She sells whatchamacallem, the tridents of Poseidon, Hinto.
Okay. Kit, you fell in the water. This may seem silly since it's like raining, but I don't know. Do you want to change into clothes that are a little less fishy?
Why don't you dry off for a moment?
Yeah.
You're gonna want to stay as dry
you know
as you
what?
can, especially considering looks like the weather's turning a little bit for the worse, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what? Tell you what, I'm gonna run back to the hotel real quick, get a change of clothes. I'm gonna call out, see if I can get a hold of the bus company, check on that mechanic status, and I'll meet you all back here. Sound good?
Of course.
I can come with you if
you want? Like, Sybil seems like she was having a fun time. She is now, like, slightly worried here. Like, sure?
Yes, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I
You should
hope.
tell me how big that shock is, though. Just
Okay.
if you happen to get it measured, it'd be much appreciated.
Okay. You got a really big shark. We'll figure it out, and then we'll tell everyone that you actually were the best fisherman here.
Sounds good. All right, Professor.
Whoa.
Vroom.
There goes a car.
Whoa, I was like, a car!
Can't believe a Model A just backfired.
Who's driving a car through the middle of a fishing village?
Seems to be a
Well,
seems to
maybe
be
we
a
can
truck
hitchhike.
carrying some of the truck, carrying some of the fish.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna incorporate that now. You just hear the sound of a loud, roaring, backfiring engine, and then sploosh! Out of the water rises the bus.
The bus?
The bus! The bus!
Bus?
Fuck off. What? Actually?
Yeah, the bus is completely soaked through, bursts through the surface of the water, and is just kind of bobbing there.
You know, I don't think you need to call about the bus anymore, kid.
Is
I.
are there any cranes at the?
Is this just Titanic but with a bus?
Like, geez, we're gonna need a real big fishing line to get that.
So are there any cranes or anything at the?
Not any big one set up. It's a pretty small fishing village.
Okay, got it. So everybody's got to manually tow it.
Manually towing it. Yeah, they hook it up to boats and then tow it that way.
All right.
The
But,
bus
I suppose-
Titanic, I guess.
That should be taken care of. Could you?
Kid's
would you-
trying to speak.
Oh yes.
Oh no. I'm still gonna go call about the mechanic and get that
Yes.
status. Here, kid. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. It was
Mike.
Clover. No, not you. But also
Of course
nice to
not
meet
me.
you, Mike.
Whatever.
Clover.
Clover Crow.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, Miss Crow. Here, kid just like gives you the keys to the bus. I'll meet you back here.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Okay, see you in a bit, Kit.
Yes. Good luck. In the meantime, Mike, was it?
Yeah.
Would you mind terribly asking some of the other fishermen to tow that bus back to shore?
I mean, we could sure try. And it can be going anywhere fast. Hopefully, though, we can tie it down before, weather looking like it is and all that.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Well-
That would be much appreciated.
It is our ride, so I would like to see what happened to it.
Probably storm blew it in. Though, honestly, weather being like it is, that's nothing compared to what it's gonna be if we don't get that tied down, so,
I'm glad we didn't stay in the bus.
yeah. Glad you didn't stay in the bus. Welcome to hurricane season. Alright. So, a couple of grumbling locals eventually get together, untie some boats, hook it up to the bus, drag it back onto the shore, or as close to the shore as they can. And they just leave it on the shore as soon as it's out of the water. It's like, not our problem anymore. Boom! Plop it down there. Tie it down with, like, a
my-
rope.
Yeah.
Put one post in the ground. And then they just, like, walk off without looking anybody in the eye.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank
my-
you.
Oh my goodness, Dad is gonna kill me.
Well, I suppose we should see what happened to it.
Okay.
Come with me, Clover.
Yeah, of course.
I'm assuming our friend Sybil will be joining us as well. It's not like she would miss something like this for the world.
Okay, but
From
be
what I'm hearing.
careful.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
I don't want any, like, the floor might fall through if we climb on it.
It's a bus. It's made of. It's very sturdy. I'm sure if it survives a storm carrying it off to sea and washing it back up, I'm sure it will survive. It can handle the weight of 3 people.
Well, maybe you can check inside and I'll check around outside?
Of course. I would. I would like to enter the bus and investigate it.
Alright. So, you're investigating the inside, and then Clover's investigating the outside, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Get me some Get me some dice.
Human dice?
Human die, yeah.
That's some
Oh.
nice bus.
That's a real nice bus.
Yo!
All right, so inside of the bus, bus looks pretty beat up. Like it's partially flooded inside, so you have to like wade through. The carpet smells nasty now as a result. It is awful in there. Smells like moistness and dead fish.
Oh, my God.
Still looks to be fried from a quick view of the inside. View of the outside. Yep, engine is still busted from being electrocuted and then dipped into the water. And Clover, you notice like some pretty strange markings on the underside of the bus, which you think to duck down under, because you're pretty young. Your back isn't going to kill you if you duck.
My back is not what it used to be.
Yeah, you spot what looks like a circle mark on the underside of the bus, just like stuck to it fast and then was pulled off quickly.
So like
Like a suction cup, basically.
Oh! Would I be able to suss out it's a suction cup, or do I just think it's a circle?
You could probably suss out it's a suction cup.
Oh,
I
that's
poke-
disturbing. Okay.
I poke my head
I
out the
will-
window.
I'll
Any-
sketch it.
Anything out there? I could mostly find water damage and the stench of dead fish.
I think the bus was grabbed.
Grabbed? What makes you say that?
Well, there's like this circle underneath. I call it a stretch. This looks like a suction cup was on it. So, I don't know what big octopus is hiding in there, but something definitely pulled it in.
Yes, the tales of the Kraken. Perhaps. There are many paralleling myths about sea monsters, leviathans, giant squids, and all that.
I'll just do a quick sketch of it.
Of course. It would help to have as many.
Yeah, it's a circle, so that's easy to sketch. I won't make you roll for it.
Roll to draw a perfect circle! Oh God, please, the bane of every artist.
Circle.
Can
I
you
just go
draw a
mad for-
circle?
Well, first you draw a head. You erase a few details.
1, 2, 3.
I did it. But yeah, I'll come back from underneath. Anything inside?
Again, just the stench of fish and wet carpet. It looks like it sounds from the looks of things. The bus was indeed submerged, and
So-
obviously we saw it.
You could say the situation smells fishy.
I'm just gonna go ahead and have you roll an insight die because that pun made me go insane.
Wait, who's rolling it?
You made the pun.
You're the one that made the joke.
You're taking pun. Oh,
Take pun damage. Your insight's 2.
that pun was so awkward that it made you slightly crazier.
I've got a headache.
Oh,
Do you mind if I sit down for a second?
of course not.
Thank you.
So at this point, I'll say, Kit, the word you got back is mechanic is looking for the specific part and will drive out probably later in the evening, so you're gonna be stuck here for longer than expected. And at this point, you are back with the rest of the group.
All right, cool. In some drier clothing, still kind of buttoned up tight.
Not gonna
Kit
get
relays
hypothermia.
the unfortunate news. Yeah, no.
Did
He knows how to dress for weather.
Kit, did you mention that we need more than a part? We need like
A new bus.
bus.
Yeah, I think Kit probably would have mentioned that the bus seemed far more out of commission. It just would have made sense for him
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
The mechanic would have just said, "Yeah, I'll pass that on." So you have no idea if he passed that on.
I sure hope he did. If he didn't, I am not above walking. But Kit, I hear you say, that would mean like 2 days of... You heard me.
It's fine. If they don't send another bus, I will sue.
Well, I'm sure
Oh,
you have
God.
the funds for it.
I have the funds.
Did you all end up talking to that, to the woman yet, the proprietor?
No, not yet.
Nope, we were distracted, but we were checking out the bus. There's a suction cup mark under the bus. You know, like
Makes a little pop noise, like a.
Yes, indeed, some sort
Like
of
that.
large cephalopod must have grabbed it from the looks of things, which,
Clover, would you be willing to like show your sketchbook?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Wait, how large are we talking? I can't really get scale off of this.
Bigger than any octopus you've seen.
Big.
The walking is getting more and more tempting by the minute.
This was like, but also there might be krakens, mermaids, and a horrifying sea god.
Well, maybe we can unlock the secret to the Titanic with this. Maybe it was a big sea monster.
and of course there's...
You know,
there's
I
the,
always had a theory.
Mhm.
Iceberg, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. An iceberg took down the unsinkable ship. Sure, if that's what they want you to believe.
What were you saying, Professor Schmidt?
Yes, of course there's also the matter of our dear bus driver to take care of. After all, that is a human life. And one being missing all of a sudden is concerning. So,
Yeah. I
The
mean, all we can
mysteries.
do is... Sorry, go ahead.
the mysteries grow ever sicker is all I was going to say.
Yeah. I mean, all we can do is ask around, but not to be a pessimist. However, if something like that, he gestures towards the bus with his head, can be washed out to sea, well,
Yeah,
Doesn't bode well for a person.
of course not. Regardless of the outcome, we do need answers. So,
yeah.
shall we
Just
talk?
don't go in the water.
Not gonna go in the water.
Don't have to tell me twice. Now, shall we talk to the souvenir lady?
Gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. You head over to the souvenirs and knick-knack stand. One of the tourists walks away just as you approach. The old lady looks up at you. She's got really, really ratty gray hair, like flopping all over her face, almost like bangs over one eye, but mostly draped over her shoulders. She looks over at you. Welcome, travelers. What can I interest you in? A little bit of fish necklace? Fish bone necklace. I think some of you might have a thing for bones. Someone's eventually got to have a thing for bones.
How much for the bone necklace?
$3.
Slams down the money.
A fine purchase, young lady.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty.
I think it's cute. Anyway, you have lovely wares. We were curious about local legends,
Yes,
and we
local
were
culture.
told you were the person to ask.
Yes. Whoever pointed you my way was very smart. I know all the legends here, how this town was made, where it's going. There's not much that doesn't get past these ears.
Well, shall we start with the biggest burning questions then?
Which is the biggest burning question?
Oh,
There
okay.
are
I
so many
suppose
questions.
that does not narrow things down. Shall we ask about the local gods then?
Yes.
Oh, well, I was about to tell you the meaning of life, if that's the big burning question. But sure, local gods, here we go.
Oh, no, wait, what is your opinion on the meaning
Well,
of life?
the
I'm
local
really
gods... Well, there are two. The gods, of course, there are many of them. Gods of the wind and the land, gods of the seas. Two have settled really close to here. Two of them, they're real. There's Sedna, of course, hence Sedna's rest. And then there's old Gurgal.
The storm god.
The storm god, yes.
What was that, Gurgal?
Gurgal, he dwells in deep, dark caverns beneath the seas, or, well, beneath the harbor. And when he roars, storms emerge.
That must be some role.
Indeed, he's mighty angry these days. Why,
How?
he might cause a hurricane any day now.
Well, why is he angry?
Who knows? Gods are angry at not having enough attention or worship or what have you paid to them.
This is common amongst many cultures, indeed.
Well, I just want to make it clear right now that I have no grudges against him. I think we could be pretty good chums if we had a little chat.
I do have a couple of questions about Gurgal and as well as the some of the local wares that are being sold not just here but in other souvenir shops around the harbor. Are there any connections between the local gods of this harbor and other mythologies such as Greco-Roman mythology?
Go ahead and roll for that. Occupation die too, because hey, social sciences.
Yeah, social science. It's good. It's coming in handy. I'm tired of this. I'm rolling insight.
All right, let's go. Five, still technically the highest, so you're risking your mind for it. Let's go.
Right.
Woo!
Hey, you're a little bit more insane as you ask about your field of expertise. Let's go.
Okay, so do I just change the number?
Just change it up to 2.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So, as you ask about this, you get a vision of, like, this ball of tentacles unfolding into sharper points and something breathing beneath them, and the breath itself intensifying the wind around you. It shakes you to the very core. Yes, the local gods. The other one, of course, Sedna. Sedna is, Sedna's a bit of a traveler, you see. She's also over in Finland, but she's been seen here. The myth, so it goes, is that Sedna was cast into the sea by her father. Why? Well, for a variety of reasons. Fathers in myths, you see, tend to be not nice people.
Of course.
But she clung to the boat to avoid falling into the waves, and he cut off her hands. Her hands then became all the deep creatures of the sea. Every fish, every dolphin, every seal. And I know she's here because, well, tiger sharks aren't from here, she says, looking over at Kit.
Kit, arms folded, looking supremely uncomfortable, just kind of does a little shrug.
As for Greco-Roman, she says, tapping a little statuette of Neptune/Poseidon that is on the Giga booth. He's been known to intermingle Mesopotamian mythology, Greek and Roman, even Abrahamic. But I have yet to find any religious text that would mention him.
Thank you. Sybil, we have something to discuss after this. I lean over.
Yes.
No,
Kind of.
I'll tell you after we're done here.
Okay. So speaking of the many spikes of tentacles, does this god happen to have a symbol? A lot of tentacles, maybe look a bit like thorns.
Roll for that, please.
All right. What am I
Let's
rolling?
go.
Human and occupation.
Boop. Boop. God fucking damn it.
Oh my god.
I'm not. No, I'm not rolling. Fuck it. No.
Okay. We'll take the 2. I don't know if that's a holy symbol, but I've seen drawings of it in the mines nearby.
The mines?
Yes, back in olden times, when everyone thought there was gold in every hill, and they just had to dig, there was a mine set very, very close to the fishing village.
Did they find gold?
No. This is North America. Why would you think there's gold?
Well, most of the gold is south of the Mason-Dixon line around here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate. You haven't happened to see, and Kit will launch into the description of Roger really quickly.
Description of Roger.
Hey, he's covering his bases.
Covering
okay?
the bases.
Paunchy looking guy, not quite balding, darker hair, looks like he's a bus driver. You know the vibe.
Yeah.
Probably may have clothing with a name tag on that says Roger. You get what I mean.
Roll for it, baby.
All right. No. At this point, Kit is 99.9% convinced that Roger's been swept out to sea, so he's not going to push it.
Sounds like he was taken.
Taken.
Taken?
Taken.
Is that a common
Listen.
thing?
She shrugs. You rolled a 1.
That's interesting phrasing. And people often taken.
I mean, well, it being so close to hurricane season, there's always someone getting swept up somewhere or another.
When hurricane season rolls around, since this is something that the storm god does, do the locals have anything to, protect themselves from this big horrible storm? Out of curiosity.
Well, I just batten down the
Roaring in the
hatches and
deep.
pray.
I mean, fair, but just figured I'd ask.
But the roaring, the screaming, the calling from the ocean isn't that something that is done?
Roaring from the ocean? Oh, yes. Yes, that's him, yes.
It can he be appeased then? Anything is
Well,
one.
I should certainly hope so. One would hate to live through hurricane after hurricane.
Oh, so he hasn't been appeased yet. Where exactly are these mines?
Oh, just a bit northwest of here. There's an old dirt road, or I suppose muddy road, on account of the rain, that'll lead right to it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. We will, suppose, unless anyone has any other questions, shall we be on our way?
Thank you for your time. I'm good. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a pleasant stay. Don't get lost.
Professor turns to turns to Sybil. These thorns that you've mentioned, or by any chance, because while talking to the Giga woman, I had a vision.
We'll talk about visions. Risk anything, or can you talk about it freely?
You can talk about it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yes, a vision of tentacles, many tentacles.
Writhing mass of tentacles.
Indeed,
Looks like
a ball of them, a ball
Yeah.
of them, blossoming like a flower.
Yeah, the idea is like human words can not quite describe it, but we'll get enough of the idea across that you can do it without going mad.
Gotcha. Thank you. Just need to know before I do anything that might like I'll roll another insight. Yes, but tentacles blossoming like a flower, their ends pointed sharp. A mighty gurgling coming from somewhere deep below, similar to what was described.
Yeah, that checks out with what I saw. Kit, did you actually went in the water?
Is it safe to assume that we're like heading towards the mine since it's
Yeah,
a
you're walking and
major location?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just want to
Why
make sure.
would you do that?
Hmm?
Why would you go in the water?
I was dragged in.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
fell into the
he was
water while
fishing.
we were fishing for
Oh.
the tiger shark.
The shark.
It was not voluntary.
No. Big shark though.
It was a very large one.
Did you end up getting a measurement on it?
So I was like, well, I was distracted by the bus.
You're good.
It
you're
looked to
good.
be about 3.5 feet.
Yeah. It was big for a tiger shark.
Yes.
I didn't see anything. It was.
That is
I
17 feet. That
heard
is.
it. I heard it. I heard it calling. I heard it rumbling. I heard.
Was it like a
Whatever it is,
gurgle
it's-
or a rumble? Or...
Like a growl, like a call, like a roar, like a.
You don't have to keep talking about it if you don't want to.
Yeah. Don't worry. Well, it seems some of us have grown familiar with this gurgle. Closer than we would like. We should solve this mystery and head off and continue our journey as quickly as possible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, to the mines then.
Yep, to the mines.
All right. You head along the muddy road outside of town. It's a decent walk, but like nothing like unbearable to do. It's not super hot, so you're not sweating. You're just like rainy, trudging through the mud, and then you get towards the mines. It doesn't look like there are any active like lamps or lanterns that are lit in there, so it is completely dark from the entrance.
You all good luck in that.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Sorry, I don't do
It's okay.
underground stuff.
Of course.
Here, have my torch and pass off his flashlight to one of them. I'll I'll whistle if anything goes on up here.
Of course.
Okay. We'll do.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
We'll be back.
closes umbrella.
Yep. Well, at least we won't get wet in there, maybe.
All right. You step down into the mine. It is, as before, real dark, real chilly in there.
Turns on flashlight.
Turns on flashlight, yeah. You can see in there, it's fairly underdeveloped. As there was no gold in this mine, people just like dug a whole bunch of tunnels and caverns, and it really led to nothing. There aren't even like any minecart tracks laid down here. It's just full on a series of underground caverns, couple of lanterns that are hung up, currently not lit. And as you continue walking through the mines, soon enough, you come to a flooded section of them. There are plenty of like side junctions and tunnels. It's pretty maze-like in here. There are a whole lot of like dark, twisting, writhing passageways down underground. One of them is flooded.
I would like to sniff the water to see if it's seawater.
All right. Roll for it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that's seawater. That is definitely seawater. Definitely not fresh from the mines. It was transported here.
It was transported here?
Like in the sense that this did not like naturally fill up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something put it there.
Something put it there.
But according to some of my colleagues in geology, I don't think sea water would appear naturally. It's this far inland.
Well, when you're dealing with a storm god, anything's possible.
True.
What are we looking for?
Where there was like the symbol that was mentioned as being
Yeah.
associated with the
Yeah,
mines,
like, I
and
think
also
we're looking for the symbol.
remains? Question mark.
Yeah, we're looking for the symbol, and maybe Roger. But I'll be honest, I am really doubting we're going to find Roger.
Hey, no pessimism.
If he was taken, so as to say, there were signs of a struggle, yes?
There were signs of a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
He was taken, but okay. Wait, let's keep looking. But speaking from experience, usually when someone goes missing in this kind of situation, you're more likely to be looking for a body than a person, and you're lucky if you find a body.
Well, in either case, it's worth looking for.
Yeah, might
Let's
find
take
at
a
least
look.
something.
Not for Rogers and for answers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's do some investigating.
All right. Roll some investigating to find symbols or signs of bodies.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Oh, come on.
All of us?
Did you weight these
Yes.
dice, sir?
But they're D6s.
How do we?
Did you weight these dice,
Oh my
sir?
god!
Wow.
Wow, I did the best. Look at me.
Wow.
A capable investigator. This is what experience does, folks.
Uh-huh. Excellent.
Does that mean you could roll your occupation die as well, Sybil?
Yes,
Sure. You're looking for something? Oh my god!
That
And then
just
we got
hurts.
no clues.
They got no.
We got no.
All right, who's
So
biting
we
the
can't
bullet?
re-roll. Sorry.
How to reroll? Reroll all the dice that were used in the roll and add the insight dice to it. Whichever is highest is the new result.
Fuck it.
Yo.
Oh, why did I do that?
Yo!
Yo, let's go! Hey, the human die was highest, so
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Yay! I did it.
Shining your flashlights along the walls, looking for like something, anything that would indicate it. Clover, you're the first one to find like written on one of the walls of a non-flooded tunnel with some chalk. There is what looks like this mass of tangles and curves and triangular points coming off of the side of it. Having not seen the symbol, you're reasonably certain it matches the one that's been seen by Sybil and Ludwig. So
I'll
looking
draw it
down the
quickly.
passageway marked by that symbol, it's pretty small and it leads to a dead end with like a little spring of water inside and a little like roughly 3 foot by 3 foot wooden box that is partially in the water.
Oh, fuck off. No, box is not a good thing. Okay, I'll sketch the symbol out quick, and then I will indicate.
You'll
to
sketch the symbol?
box.
Fuck you.
Let's fucking go.
Make an insight
Let's
check!
fucking go.
Draw the symbol. Come on.
Draw
be an
the
artist.
symbol.
Be an artist in something Cthulhu adjacent, Queen.
It's occupation and human already.
It's insight die.
It's inside.
You're trying to draw an eldritch symbol.
Yeah. Your mind is like briefly taken over, and when you snap to, you've perfectly drawn the symbol, but something has touched your mind, and you feel a chill. Increase the insight, baby.
Thank you.
Let's fucking go.
Insight!
Yeah.
One step closer to madness.
You're an artist, and you chose to draw an eldritch thing. Let's go.
No, you're valid. All right, but I will indicate to the box. Look, there's a box.
Why, so there is. So the box is in the middle of the water?
Yeah, it's in the water. It doesn't look like screwed or bolted down or secured. It's just kind of like partially submerged.
How deep is the water?
Not very, like 2 feet at the most.
Okay.
Shall one of us go retrieve it?
I'll go check it out.
Okay.
All right.
I will follow.
You walk over to the box.
Rolls up pants, wades in after.
All right. I move the lid from the box.
Does it just look like a crate?
Wait,
Yeah.
before you remove it from the water? Sorry, not to be that person, but
Oh wait, how big is the box? Because my assumption is I wouldn't be able to move it.
It's 3 foot by 3 foot.
Oh, okay. I guess we could
in
try
the
to pull
water.
it off.
Come now, help
of the-
me push this to shore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
let's
3
get-
people working together, even if one is a 15-year-old and one Sybil Cordova, you could probably move it.
so Herr Schmidt moves the box.
Schmidt moves the box.
With my
listen,
spindly professor arms.
I acknowledge speaking as a tiny person. When you said it was a 3 foot by 3 foot box, my brain said, "Well, I can't move that. It's impossible to move that box."
If it's floating in the water, you can nudge it to shore. I'm sorry
help
to
me
be
push
that
this.
person.
No, you're correct.
Hey,
yeah,
help me
let's
push this
open-
barge back to shore.
Let's
Alright.
push it back to shore.
You just push the box back to shore.
And it is now aground.
Yep.
Right.
Now, you like move aside the lid of the box. It's not locked, so you can just do that. And you open it up, peer inside, poke down a flashlight. There are several severed human hands in the box.
Oh.
I'm sorry, this is not the
Neat.
Are they real?
smells like it.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Sybil briefly debates in her mind if she almost reaches for the severed hands, and she's like, I feel
I have
my,
co- I have colleagues
I have
in-
a vision.
I have colleagues in the field
My
of
vision
medicine.
says
Do
Kit
not.
Sullivan says don't touch the disembodied hands.
I'd
I've-
rather not.
Reach
rather
is
not be-
wait.
I
I'd
will
rather
go.
not be hands-on for this.
I will go get Herr Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes to get Kit.
Run to get
He's the
Sullivan.
doctor, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
Kit, like, kind of. Yeah, sorry. He's been sort of like leaning, kind of like arms folded. He's got like the umbrella kind of like propped up, so it's sort of like on his shoulder but covering him. And he's just waiting, kind of like anxiously looking towards the entrance to the tunnels, and just visibly perks up when he sees you.
Comes out of the mine shaft panting. Herr Sullivan, you are a doctor, yes?
Yeah, is
Come here. There is something that you must see.
is somebody hurt?
Multiple things might have been. Multiple pieces of human flesh may or may not have been found. Come see for yourself.
Okay.
Takes you down down the mine shaft to where
Yeah.
where the hand
Is
box
somebody's hurt? Is somebody hurt? Yes, but I don't think you can do much for him now.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's the vibe here.
Yeah, kind of like as you like go to lead him down, Kit will be Professor Schmidt, if you wouldn't mind. And Kit will like hold out his hand as in like, please lead me down.
Yeah, of course. Hold you close, holds the light up to make sure everything's bright. Yeah.
Death grip on hand.
All right, I slowly and calmly, as calmly as I can, trying to hold back my feelings of disgust at what I have witnessed, lead you to the box of the hands. By any chance, are you also versed in autopsies?
I've seen plenty of dead people. Kit would like to examine the hands, see if there's anything of import to be found, and also is, I guess, secondary question is curious as to how old they are, and if they all belong to the same person. Like, do we have left and right hands from the same person? Do we just have like one hand from each person? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Roll for it. That's definitely occupation dice because you're a doctor.
Yeah, doctor job.
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
Fuck it up.
Fuck it up, let's go!
Let's go, madness
Let's
time!
go.
Madness time! Alright. So, as you examine, you get another vision in your head that's attacking your mind, and I will give you the information about the hands after the vision tests your insight. The vision in this case, floating before this mass of tentacles, is this woman silently screaming. She has no hands.
I will roll my insight die. It is higher than what I have. We're up to 4, baby.
Up to 4 insight, oh boy! All right. So, once you snap back and get back to the examination of the hands, they look to be of, like, varying ages. Some of them, like, probably a couple months to maybe a year old. Some of them more recent, like a couple weeks at the youngest. Well, youngest might not be the most appropriate word for severed hands, but you get the point.
Most recent.
Freshest. Freshest.
All of the hands appear to be in matching pairs. So, like, they might not be directly next to each other, just being, like, tossed into the crate haphazardly. But if there is a right hand, there is a left hand that matches it. Notably, like, the hands have remained in shape, but the bones have been, like, cut out. It looks like the hands were severed by some kind of, like, very specialized knife, and then deboned by another specialized cutting tool.
Oh, don't say it like that! Oh, God.
Debone.
Oh, should we say degloved instead? Anyway, are there a pair of hands that look perhaps like they'd be more recent than any of the others and could belong to a certain bus driver?
Most recent ones are a few weeks old.
Okay.
Oh,
So the timeline does not match for Roger's hands to be in here.
okay, cool. It kind of like he hasn't like touched any of them. He's the kind of guy who would like keep gloves on him just in general, so it's not like, you know, nitrile gloves or latex gloves like we have in modern day, but he's got like leather gloves and he's kind of like, you know, delicately moved them over, and as he kind of makes these observations, he gets hit with that vision and he just fucking stumbles backwards, and in the throes of the vision is just she's there. She's there. She's screaming. She's there. She's screaming. She's get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. And he bolts for the surface.
Where's he
fuck.
going?
All right.
Someone like immediately runs after him.
Follow.
Like, whoop.
Well, I'll follow him as well.
Cool. So as you're just bolting in that direction towards the surface of the mine, away from the crate of hands, you start hearing music being played from somewhere in the mine.
What kind?
It's playing right now.
What is that?
What the fuck?
No, I can't. No, I can't stay here. I can't stay here. I can't stay here. I can't stay here. Kit is sufficiently panicked that he is gonna still go for the surface. He does hear the music, but he is.
Man's not gonna stay in a mine.
Nope.
Right.
Get out of the mine.
My man's main phobia is being buried alive. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Fun historical fact that I'll tell you later.
Is everyone else running? Because Clover would be very intrigued by this.
I stop.
I mean,
I hear singing. What language is it in?
It's German.
It's in German.
Look, since you're German, I'm gonna go ahead and say you recognize this song. It's Die Fiorella by Schubert. It's a song about a fisherman catching a trout.
This is Die Fiorella. Song by also Schubert. It's about it is about a fisherman. Wow. Well. Somebody's playing a piano, right?
It sounds like it's coming from like a phonograph and echoing from somewhere in the mines.
Gotcha.
Why would they bring a phonograph down here?
Perhaps for some. Well, if somebody's cutting off hands and putting them in a box, there must be some sadistic reason.
Oh, I love me a serial killer.
Now,
That was sarcastic, by the way.
of course, I am. Listen, I am a man of academia. I understand sarcasm. Regardless, a song about a fisherman. It sounds awfully thematic for what we have thus far witnessed. No?
Well, I would have thought that was obvious.
Of course.
Um,
Of course.
If you two want to go investigate that, you're welcome to do so. But I need to go make
Yes, please.
sure that my
Please.
dad is okay.
Please check on
I'm
Herr
going to
Sullivan.
go. Yeah.
like, Sybil like barely stopped when she noticed the music. She's like, nope, I have to
Yeah.
go make sure kid is okay. Goodbye. Mystery can wait.
If we're not back in about 10 minutes,
Yep, I
get us.
will figure something out.
Thank you, just make sure he's okay, yeah.
All right. Follow the music.
You follow the source of the music. It leads down a half-flooded passageway. From what you can see of this passageway, shining your lights through it, it looks like it dips down until water is just about at neck level, and there's only a little bit of room for your head to duck under some rock, and then curves upward past that.
I have to change my suit.
Clover's sort of like, kind of fiddling, grasping onto her wrists because she's very self-conscious of the thought of having her hands chopped off.
If it makes you feel better, stay behind me. I can teach without hands.
Oh, thank you,
Could I type? Perhaps not, but that is why we have. That is why the students have some. That is why they have student employment. Yes.
Perhaps?
I'm sorry. My poor attempts at lightening the mood again. Follow me.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Of course. I do not worry. I do not expect laughter in such a situation that involves severed hands.
I mean, depends on the context, really, and this is a very,
Yes, if you were.
what's the word? Unique context.
Yes, if you were looking at some of the silent films, the comedic silent films, perhaps, but this is very much real life, as hard as it is to believe. Regardless, we do have a mystery to solve, and of course, Kit and Sybil will come and get us if, well, perhaps Sybil. Kit, Herr Sullivan is deathly afraid of the chaos. I'm afraid.
Well,
So I would not
maybe
wish that
let's
for
make
him.
this. We should make this as quick as we can then.
Of course. Continues down the cave.
All right.
Yeah.
You take a step into the water, wade through, keep your heads up high to avoid having to duck down under it.
Oh, just like lift him a sketchbook up over
Lift the sketchbook high to your head level.
Put it on her head. Just like wading across the water.
Yep. And get to the other side, and there you can see a pretty big cavern, most of which is flooded and deep. Stalactites hanging from the ceiling, dripping water into it. And a makeshift fishing dock has been set up on this, like, internal mine lagoon. On the fishing dock, hunched over, in the far darkness, the flashlights can barely reach, is a big, stocky, hunched-over man, standing over a table, fiddling with some instruments at his side you can't quite make out from this distance.
Is he about the same size as our dear friend Roger?
Well, the guy standing over the table?
Yes.
Looks a bit bigger.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Oh, motherfuck.
Huh, Roger did not betray us, thank fuck.
I'll hide a bit behind Ludwig.
I will maintain a safe distance and observe.
Okay. That is human die to get a better look, and also add the failure die because he might get spotted.
Ooh. Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God!
All right. Wow. Low rolls coming in handy today. Anyway, you observe
So bad.
from a distance.
That one saved us.
Yeah. As the hunched over man shuffles, he steps away from the table and holds up something in his hand. Again, you can't quite tell. But then you notice the table is occupied with the humanoid figure, and this humanoid figure represents Roger's body type way better than the bigger, stocky, hunched over guy.
I knew it!
Roger!
Roger, no!
He didn't betray us. He's just dead. He's just regular dead.
He might be alive, which is arguably...
Which is probably worse.
Probably worse.
I hope for Roger's sake he's dead!
I mouth really quickly to Clover. I don't think we're getting a ride out of here anytime soon.
She just sort of puts her hand over her mouth.
You hear faint moaning from the table.
Oh! So we're not supposed to fight the Eldritch things, right?
You're not supposed to fight the Eldritch things.
All right. I think we should go.
I think we should go.
All right.
We're gonna slowly back away, kind of go back the way we came.
Slowly go back the way you came. All right. You just duck on back through the water tunnel, on the other side.
In the meantime, I mentioned to Clover some of the German lyrics and some of their meaning. You see, the song is very much sympathetic towards the fish, which perhaps might explain why. Given what we've heard about the legends surrounding the what was the goddess's name again?
Sedna.
Sedna's hands.
Yeah.
And the supposed inception of the sea creatures. I suppose fitting, perhaps. Chilling, but fitting. Whatever's going on here certainly must be the doing of some sort of cult. So, some sort of cult. But we'll discuss it with the others once we get to the surface. Right now, I'm sure you would love to keep your hands, would you not?
I mean, that would be preferred as an artist, yes.
Yes. Deep breaths. We'll be to the surface soon.
If I have my hands chopped off, then I can't draw, and if I can't draw, then Father will starve.
No. It's okay. We'll make sure that does not happen.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Of course.
Train of thought goes very, very
Of course.
downhill.
Here. Puts one hand on her shoulder. It's not easy for me either. So you see, even having studied many of the atrocities that have occurred throughout human history. It's not easy. It's not easy seeing such things being. It's not easy bearing witness to such things firsthand. So, but
No.
so I understand your pain. You are, at the very least, know that you are not alone. But one way or another,
Professor.
one way or another, we will. I suppose we will just have to see things through to the end. But you will not be alone. That much I can promise. Understand?
Yes.
Good. Yes?
I should get back to that payphone soon.
Of course. We can make a quick stop to the hotel if you need.
I don't suppose you have a spare quarter, do you?
Fishes into his pocket. Poor choice of words. I'm sorry.
Excellent choice of words.
Pulls out
Choice of words.
pulls out a quarter that's kind of moist from like the condensation. Yeah. Places it in her hand, like cups her hand.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. I will accompany you back to the hotel if need be as well. I care much for my students, and likewise I shall care much for the rest of the youth of this country. Well, you are English, of course, but as long as you're living here.
Well, that's really nice of you. But we should find the other two first.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let us make haste.
Speaking of the other two, as Kit and Sybil get to the surface, the rain and the wind is much harder now. It's pretty nasty outside, but I guess Kit may way preferable to being underground.
Yeah, it was. I saw her. No, the fin with her hands cut off. It's
With her hands
the
off.
the one hands of the sea creatures.
Okay, Kit, look at me.
Looking.
Deep breaths. Sybil, like, very cautiously, like, reaches for Kit's hand, like, first, like, make sure it's not gonna, like, make it worse if she touches him.
Yeah, no. He takes the hand. It's fine.
It's okay. You're outside. Feel the rain?
I'm
You're
outside.
outside.
I feel the rain. I'm outside.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever her name was, the god that I saw her, she was screaming. She was screaming and she was holding up her arms, her forearms. No hands. I don't know who they are, but are they making more creatures?
Well, her hands are supposed to be sea creatures. But human hands aren't sea creatures, so...
No, but they're going to be. Is that what Cargala's calling for? Is that what the voice is calling for?
I don't
More
know, I don't know.
hands. More hands, more hands, more hands.
Okay,
Sorry.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
I'll.
It's okay. I think maybe you were right about holding up somewhere and walking if we have to.
Kit kind of like comes more back to himself. Like he's been getting back to himself more. Sybil's been talking, but he kind of like comes back and sort of looks at her and quirks an eyebrow. Quirks the one eyebrow he can quirk and just not too keen on mermaids anymore, I take it.
Well, I mean, this one isn't a mermaid. It's a scary, it's two scary, monstrous gods. So, mermaids might still be good, but I am feeling a little less enthusiastic about the storm god, yes.
Alright. Well, he kind of like looks up into the rain and lets it fall on his face, but then sort of after a moment, he kind of looks back down into the mine, almost once more at that panic level. Where are they?
I don't know.
How long has it been? Where are they?
It's been about 10 minutes, actually.
We come out.
Yeah, and right at that point is when Ludwig and Clover come out.
I am comforting Clover. Well, I have some. Would you like to hear the good news or the bad news first?
Bad news. Let's
Bad
keep
news.
it in the rule of threes.
That's good news.
Well, well, I guess since you asked about the good, since you asked what the good news was going to be, it was going to be, whatever. In either case, it seems we found. Well, the bad news is we found somebody doing some sort of what appears to be some sort of butchery from what I could glean from my best guess is, of course. But listening to the song about the fisherman and the fish, and hacking away at something. But the good news is we seem to have found our friend Roger.
So where?
Wait, Roger's
is he?
down there?
I couldn't hear for I couldn't tell for sure, but it looked to be about his size. But he was strewn out on some sort of operating table or of some sort, and as the man that we saw who was working at the table turned away, we caught a glimpse of a man who seemed to be his size. If it's Roger, then
Was he alive?
I heard a groan.
Yes.
I heard his voice.
Was
You okay, Mr. Sullivan?
was this something in progress? Did he seem to be in danger?
I'm not sure, but he was lying on the table. Just the
What
two of
about
us.
happened?
I am an aging college professor, and I had with me a child. There's not much we could have done, but perhaps.
Give me the turns. Give me the turns. How many lefts? How many rights? Give me the turns.
Wait. Kit,
Are you sure?
maybe we can go to the police or
It was on an
someone
operating
else.
table.
You don't have to do it. We can go. If we run, we can
Who
probably
else?
get help. I don't know. The cops. Someone.
Well,
Somebody should run then.
I will. Well, Clover was wanting to. Clover was wanting to get to a phone anyway, so I will alert the police. I quickly. Your pen and paper, if I may, Clover.
Oh, of course.
Scribbles down the directions, hands them the kid. Go!
Yep. Kit tears it off, takes a look, holds out his hand for the flashlight.
Hands the flashlight to him. I'm not needing. I'm not needing it.
Not going there, no.
I'm going to get the cops.
Okay.
Takes it and puts the directions between his teeth and just. Somebody better run then.
Okay.
All
Wait.
right.
I'm coming with you then.
He darts. He's already down.
Okay.
Quick,
The man
before he
runs
gets
towards
too far.
gunshots.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So once again, the group splits off. Kit and Sybil head back down into the mines, following the directions, diving back down through the tunnel to the larger cavern. And this time, it's not so much moaning that you hear from that direction; it is screaming. The hunched-over figure is definitely doing something to Roger on the table.
Oh God, no! I can't think about it. No!
Kit doesn't usually cuss. However, you just hear in front of you, Sybil, just a fucker. an inarticulate growl, and yeah, we head down. We try and do our best.
All right. So you find yourselves in the chamber. From what you can see, the hunched over figure's cutting into something. What do you do?
This chamber, is the majority of it in like the water, and there's just like a small part of it that's on land?
Yeah, there's like a
or-
shoal that leads up towards the dock that you can walk across no problem, but the majority of it is water.
Okay. All right.
Did Kit bring his rifle? My assumption is no, based on the size, but Sybil would have her handgun because, you know, small carries easy.
Yeah, I was about to say Kit would not have his rifle,
Yeah.
but eyes emoji. Sybil always has a handgun on, like, she's
Sybil
got like a
always
fucking
has a
thigh strap.
handgun. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Is Sybil about to shoot someone?
We're about to
She
pop
got
some
that. She got that.
caps!
She MF. She keeps that MF loaded. She keeps that shit strapped.
Keeps that shit on her at all times.
Alrighty.
Kit will kind of. Sybil's not too far behind him.
Yeah, no, she's gonna go off
So-
with whatever he says.
Yeah, no. He is in a state. He's basically fucking feral, but he looks at her and he says, I'm gonna try and get him into range.
Okay.
And he will try to go forth and interrupt whatever this fucker is doing to our good friend Roger the bus driver and wrestle that man into range so Sybil could potentially shoot him in the fucking back.
Alright. You head along the shoreline. As you do, I assume you're not being stealthy because you want to wrestle this man.
It's wrestling time. Here we go.
Yeah, basically, I want to distract him so he, like, moves away from Roger and stuff, so yeah.
Cool. Alright. You head on down the shoreline. You're close enough in vision, and you're making enough noise that the figure looks up. And now that you're closer, you can see there is no hair on the figure's head, and his eyes are, like, enlarged with, like, massive black vertical slit pupils that look inhuman. He smells of dead fish and kind of gurgles as you approach, pulling away with a snap Roger's left hand and then raising a knife, pointing it towards you in the other one. You're about to go face down a man with a knife. That counts for a failure die in my book. Go ahead and wrestle.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God!
Fuck!
The ones are saving us! The low rolls are saving us! Let's go!
The low rolls are saving you as you run in. It's not a clean hit. It's not a clean tackle. But you've been around enough bayonets to know at least the basics of how to survive edged weapons. And then just like grab the guy's hands. You're locked in like a struggle, pushing and pulling, keeping the knife away from anything soft and squishy or Roger shaped.
Roger shaped.
Yeah. All right, you're firing into a melee, Sybil, so that is also gonna be a failure dice mixed with a regular dice.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go! Alright, so, here's a question. Can I use my occupation die? Does
No.
this count as damn it! Alright.
Shooting
My
into
fucking daughter.
Yeah.
Shooting a gun into wrestling people, let's go!
A bang echoes through the cavern as Sybil shoots through the air, bam, striking the fishman directly on the back. He burbles again, coughs a little bit, crumples over, dropping the knife.
Kit, kind of taking the opportunity of the fact that this fella's crumpled, will sort of like heave him off towards the ground, not towards the water, towards the ground, and scoop up the knife and stab and stab and stab and stab.
All right.
If that's allowed.
You can continue stabbing him. You're a doctor. You know what parts of the human body are
Yes,
vital, and you
sir.
continue stabbing into it. I'm not going to make you roll for this since he's temporarily incapacitated. But wherever you stab, it's not bleeding, and it doesn't look like it's killing him.
Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Kit kind of like, sort of... He almost moves as if to toss the knife away, but keeps it in his hand, and he like leans forward hard and just... I don't know how long I can hold him for.
Yep.
Fuck.
Sybil runs in to go, like, do what she can to get Roger off this fucking table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you untie the sailor's knots. They're not particularly hard to get. Roger is in shock from having a hand cut off, so he is not responsive, but seems alive from basic test of heartbeat and pulse on the remaining hand.
Okay.
Kit just yells out, get him to squeeze his elbow as hard as he can.
Okay.
Get it? Yeah.
Squeeze your elbow, Roger! Smack, smack, smack. Roger! She, like, kind of moves his arm on his own and, like, puts his hand where it needs to go and, like, squeezes her own, like, hold. Come on, we're gonna get you out of here.
Roger just kind of groans, very, very bleary. Clearly needs better medical attention. Clearly needs to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Yeehaw.
All right.
So, Sybil, as you start carrying Roger's mostly limp body out, the fishman snaps his head back to face Kit, and then gurgles, and you hear coming from him, even though his mouth isn't quite matching the movements, Kit.
Let me finish it.
Hey, asking for a friend. The friend is me. A gunshot went off. How likely would it be that our two friends above ground may have heard it before they ran off completely?
Probably likely.
We should probably.
Have you ever heard a gunshot, Queen?
I have.
No,
You can hear
I'm
those
in the
for.
UK.
You can hear those for a while.
Next time you're in the U.S., we need to take you to a firing range and educate you.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah,
Teach you the
gunshots are
American
loud.
way.
That's a pistol without a silencer in a mine.
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah, we definitely heard it.
Think of the loudest firework you've ever heard, and then like multiply that by 2.
Okay.
We definitely heard that. You could hear it like, you could hear it in Los Angeles from like multiple blocks away.
Just wanted to establish that for a friend. The friend is me. But Kit kind of like still leaning his whole weight against this fishman, kind of knife in one hand, just kind of... Why do you need to finish it?
If we don't, the storm comes. If we don't, you all die.
You have one hand. Do you just need one more?
It must be the same.
I can't. And Kit will kind of kind of rotate the knife. He had it sort of more on the akimbo side, but he holds it so it's more in the stabbing motion, and stabs the guy in the neck and will do his best to escape.
All right, you stab and then run. You hear more gurgling, and as you get through the tunnel and catch up with Sybil, you hear a roar, louder and more furious than any roar made by any earthly creature you have ever heard. And as you are running out of the mine, Ludwig and I forgot your name because I'm silly. Ludwig and Clover. You saw it right there. You also hear the roar, and with the roar, the winds pick up, echoing and howling, and the wind is loud as hell, blowing against you. Rain is going sideways. You are running back to the fishing village, and a hurricane is starting up.
Oh, fuck.
I think we need to get inside somewhere.
We need to head inland. Back towards the mines. We can pick up. I heard gunshots. We could pick up Kit and Civil later. We can pick up Kit and Civil on the way, but we need to head inland.
Oh, right. That's fine.
All right. You turn around and head back inland as the hurricane rages on.
God, so true, bestie. I do the same fucking shit. Sybil can't have gone far,
No.
could she?
No, she's small. She's small, Roger big.
He's dragging this big bus driver man.
Dragging a portly bus driver around.
Yeah.
Kit would catch up to her very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And he would take Roger sort of on his own shoulders. Shit's going down. You need to go. You need to get above ground level.
What about you? You're coming too, right?
I'm coming too. I have this handled as best as can be. Go.
Okay. You better come out. Okay.
I'll do my
And
best.
she runs.
All right. Sybil, you run towards the hurricane. You can see Crystal and Ludwig heading back inland.
Clover.
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 So,
I don't know where my mind is. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
you good? Who knows where our minds are? This is fucking Cthulhu Dark, baby.
I should roll an insight die.
Yeah, roll inside that.
You should. What would that mean? I don't know.
My insight's too.
So, there's a funny little French term called triage. And what that means is you analyze who is injured and who is most likely to make it out alive. I am going to leave Raja. I'm going to break his arm, break his hand, break his wrist, which I should know how to do as a doctor, and I am going to leave him to see if I can pacify whatever the fuck this is.
All right. Roll to break Roger's arm, hand.
Oh my
everything.
god.
I will argue that my occupation die goes into this.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a 5, baby. Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's
Breaking the
go.
bus driver's arm!
All right.
Breaking the bus driver's
Snap! The barely conscious Roger cries out, wincing in pain, as you just snapping, breaking every bone possible in his remaining quote-unquote good arm. It is pretty useless to be used by now, but you get the sense, in whatever realm these strange fishermen are working on, still perfectly acceptable, perfectly usable to pacify them in whatever ritual they need, but they may need the whole body as well. And as you ponder this, peeking out from the water of the tunnel, the knife wound-covered fishman emerges, points at you, and gurgles,
Give him back.
Kit will, with the rising water from the heavy rain and the sea surges and everything, take Roger and sort of ease him off his shoulder and push him so he kind of skims, kind of floats on the water towards the fishman, and he doesn't say anything to Roger. He doesn't say anything at all. Actually, he averts his gaze entirely and just runs.
All right.
Triage.
You run. The last thing you hear from that direction is the splash of the two bodies going back below the water. You run, you're reasonably fit, even through the midst of, like, howling wind and pouring rain. You manage to catch up with the rest of the group as they've gotten further inland. You can see, like, bits and pieces of wooden planks flying everywhere in the distance. You're pretty sure you can see, like, bits and pieces of a car's hood, bang, 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 rolling along down the horizon, being propelled by these, like, hurricane-force winds as you look for any kind of shelter inland.
So they're out now, right?
Yeah, everyone's out, everyone's roughly together in the same area.
Quickly, we need to get inland!
Alright.
Yep.
So,
Inland. Yeah.
as everyone runs looking for shelter, I'm gonna have this be everyone rolling a human die versus a failure die.
Yep. I was about to ask.
Oh, double oh no.
Oh no. Oh no!
May I argue that I can include an occupation die because I was ex-army?
Sure.
Nice.
Human die, occupation die, failure die.
Oh no!
It wouldn't, judging by the rules of the game, it's only the highest die that matters, so it doesn't matter if I re-roll because Clover still has a 6, is that correct?
Everyone would have to do some re-rolls in order to get above the failure die.
If everyone...
Except for Sybil, who's fine.
Okay, so if everyone re-rolled, they would all have to
Include
take the insight
die.
hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what? As the person with the highest insight, I say make it so.
All right.
I can
So
afford it.
it
Let's
would
do this.
be human die once more, occupation die
Nice.
once
Sorry.
more, insight die.
Oh my god.
We'll take it for a 5 for me.
Oh, come on.
Come on!
Hey, no.
Insight is
still
highest.
good.
Insight takes priority over failure
Oh,
because
okay, gotcha,
losing
gotcha.
your mind is...
Well, This is one crazy traumatizing hurricane. It's probably eldritch in
All right.
nature. Let's go. Well,
Oof. Alright, I'll roll my insight check.
Beautiful.
Excellent, mine does not go up, thank fuck.
Okay. All right. Clover, did you want to reroll?
Listen, there's a load of dice going on here. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Okay, well, if you don't reroll, your failure roll wins, so...
No, I mean, I don't get it. Literally, there's too many dice.
oh, okay. Basically, you just re-roll everything, include an insight roll.
What?
If you
want to try again.
If you want to try again, you can include the insight dice, roll that, and then roll your human and failure dice again, and take the highest result there.
Oh, fuck it, sure.
Yay! Oh wait, no. Yay!
Hey,
no,
a
wait, no.
four is still good.
Good chances.
Oh god.
Oh! Insight trumps failure! We ruled that insight trumps failure.
Okay.
Alright, so you're gonna lose your mind a little, you're gonna have a higher insight,
That's fine.
but everyone sees that there is no real shelter from the storm, and you all kind of huddle together against the wind and the rain. Some of you see things in the middle of it. Some of you see just like the twirling of bodies of fish and man hybrids swirling around, chanting something, gurgling something, tentacles reaching through the wind. One of the tentacles like opens up and this worm-like creature emerges from it, sniffing at the air, kind of sensing it, twisting around, and then the worm gurgles and retracts, and the rain starts to let up, and the wind starts to let up, and you feel you can breathe again. The rain has stopped.
Kit, where's
We should-
Roger?
He didn't make it. He was too injured.
Oh.
I couldn't fix it, and I couldn't save him. The rain's done. We should get back.
Professor Schmidt takes his hat off, puts it over his heart, closes his eyes for a moment. He doesn't know what happened. His soul
Sybil,
find
like,
best.
Sybil locks eyes with Kit for a moment, and then she just nods and reaches out and like takes his hand.
Just 2 squeezes.
Okay.
Clover just stumbles back and just runs. She wants to get to that fucking phone.
All right. I'll have a little quick epilogue here. Everyone survived, which is awesome. Clover, you call your dad, tell him about the shocking experience. He's still a little bit sleepy and doesn't quite understand, but maybe it's for the best that he doesn't. Maybe, maybe what you've seen should stay unseen. Talked about in whispers only among those in this tiny little community and those who visited. It's pretty late into the evening when a new bus comes around. There's half-hearted apologies from the other driver as the rest of the tourists get on, reload all their baggage, and the bus drives on back down the New England highway, free from the rain, free from Sepna's Rest. A week or so later, the sacrifice. The one embodying Sepna sacrificed to the stronger god. No longer is enough to appease the great Gurgal. Rain, once again, falls over Sepna's Rest. And that is the end of our Cthulhu Dark Adventure.
More hands! More hands for the gallop of the sea god!
Salt for the salt god.
Salt for the salt god.
It's fine. I've seen weathering with you. We don't give anything to the sky. It rains. We'd rain and drown Tokyo. It's for the best.
Sea for the sea throne.
Sea for the sea throne.
Hands for the hand throne.
Yep, hands for the hand throne.
But I'm not
Hey.
I'm not writing a paper about this.
Hey, fellas, really quick, do you want to hear about historical reasons as to why Kit is terrified of being underground?
Oh,
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Excellent. So the fucking 42nd Division, the fighting 69th, the Irish, infantry division that Kit was canonically a part of, they were a part of a pretty significant cave-in where a good amount of their front lines were completely, artillery and demolished to the point of where they had to attempt to try to dig people out and it didn't work, and a whole poem was written about it because it was a whole ass thing, and it was terrifying, and it was so Kit's greatest fear is being buried alive because that almost happened to him.
Oh my god.
So yeah. Woo! History!
Oh, history. History.
I
with
love
Atwas.
history.
We love history. with Atwas.
You are burdened with World War I/1920s history.
Woo!
Hmm.
Woo.
Woo, woo, woo.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
It
was like,
intense.
I like Call of Cthulhu. The original video game Dark Corners of the Earth that had that awesome sequence in the early game where deep ones were pursuing you through a hotel. I'm like, I want to have some version of that, so I just took that concept, which was, basic Lovecraft story, put my own kind of twist on it, so it wasn't just, oh, it's the deep ones that are the bad guys. Because they're there, they're just, helping somebody out.
Yeah. They're just doing their job.
And ironically, there was no hotel action piece in this one.
I was gonna say, we didn't spend much time at the Hot L.
Yeah, you didn't spend much time at the Hot Hell. If you did, the deep ones would have hunted you.
That makes sense.
We would have lost our hands.
Mm-hmm.
No, we had shit to do. We gotta figure stuff out.
Dark Corners of the Earth. Yes, Dark Corners of the Earth was a video game from, 2004, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's locked.
It's
won't open.
Man.
Nothing of interest here. I'm pretty sure that is that video game.
Well, if we had to be chased by deep ones, I'm pretty sure we would have taken a hot L.
Mm-hmm.
Hot L.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So, are you telling us that we managed to somehow take the path of most survival?
Yes. Most survival and worst feelings.
Yay!
Yeah, let's fucking go. Feelings. Never heard of them.
Listen, not my problem. Honestly, not my problem. I'm
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Ludwig Schmidt just wants to go to his fucking conference.
I had the conference. I was late by one day.
You know what? If anything, he can bring forth a incredible, funky, weird local god, and that can be a whole
That's all
avenue
I'm talking
of
about. I'm not talking about any of the Eldritch stuff.
Exactly. I'm sure Clover is doing a great job, and she's supporting her father with crazy art that absolutely does not have any
meaning.
Eldritch subtext.
Listen, we got an artist and we got a professor who've experienced weird Eldritch shit. I can't believe we made 2 NPCs for a Call of Cthulhu game.
I know, right?
So true, bestie.
Sybil for sure contacted Clover for more art.
Oh my god.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
You have a wealthy patron.
Do you take
Same
commissions?
brain cell Juno.
It's like,
All right.
She draws a pin up a Sybil, one tentacle is in the background.
Oh, I didn't know Sybil was into that.
Did you not know that?
Oh, wait, you are.
Yeah, Sybil's into that.
Oh, that totally makes sense.
Sybil's into many a thing.
Yeah, when in doubt, Sybil's probably into it.
I know Sybil's into that.
Yeah.
More tiles?
This is something that's just I can't know this. I can't know this. I can't know this.
I am burdened with this knowledge anyway. Werewolves, right?
Werewolves.
God. No, I was like, see, we made 2 Call of Cthulhu NPCs, and Kit and Sybil had a really fun bonding experience. Sybil absolutely knows that he did this. Like, it's cool. I would have done the same thing. I respect the hell out of you.
Oh my god.
So true, bestie. I would have totally done the same.
Understood immediately and was just like, yep, I respect you. I would have done the same thing.
Sacrifices
I
have
get
to be made.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But Queen was DMing me about what is with this and our father-daughter dynamics.
Yes.
It was like,
If I had a penny every time, I'd have 2 pennies, but still 2 pennies.
that's still a lot of pennies.
I can't believe Ludwig Schmidt fucking adopted Clover.
No, I wouldn't say adopted. She still has her dad.
I kind of guessed from the beginning that would happen.
I had no idea where this guy. All I had was German professor.
Clover Crow has 2 dads anyway.
Yeah.
So introduce me to your father.
I'm the new dad.
I'm the new dad.
Real dad.
So,
okay.
do you want a free university education?
I can do such for you. I have tenure.
I mean, I won't say no.
Yes, come to one of the 4 colleges. Hampshire College hasn't been established yet.
Why not?
We will come to Mount Holyoke. I'm sure nobody important will be there in about 100 years.
Of course not.
Hey, what are you talking about?
It's me, 1920s Haley.
It's me, 1920s Haley. Asians didn't really exist back here unless they were working on the Transcontinental Railroad.
Oh my god.
Whoops.
It's fine. It was just two dads off on a pleasant vacation with their daughter.
With their daughters.
It's so good that Miss Crow absolutely won't show anybody her sketchbook and have weird, creepy eldritch shit worm into their minds, right?
Yeah, here's my commission sheet.
You can't say that on Twitter anymore.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, wait. That's why Twitter buries it, because it's got too much eldritch crap on it. That's why Twitter buries it.
I should have known that commissions were an eldritch sleeper phrase.
Amazing.
True. God. I love Clover. She's so precious.
Clover's so precious.
She's so fucking good.
I may not be able to remember her name all the time, but I love Clover.
I do.
Yeah, just midway through Crystal. I suppose I'm my cat now.
Meow.
Meow.
Clover Crow absolutely has cat energy. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, she does.
She has a cat. She has cat energy. Listen, she went into a cave. If she fits, she sits.
Mm-hmm.
So true. She's the one who notices the crazy box. Super cat energy.
Yeah, the crazy box. Yeah.
If I fits, I sits. Sits in the hand box.
Sits in the hand box.
Oh god.
Oh man. I wasn't expecting to be this engaged. Like I was like, I don't roleplay often, despite being in Discord Murder Party. Well, and
oh boy.
Cursed Throne.
Welcome to Cthulhu.
Welcome
Puts
to
hands on hips.
roleplay. You will never leave.
I'll never leave.
Can't wait till Wildlands, baby.
Baby. I still need to figure out my skills because I have no idea.
Listen, we're in the same room. I can tell you directly.
Please.
So I see the two of you have homework then.
Yes, I do have homework.
Build a 5e character.
Yes.
All right. Well, speaking of other RPGs, thank you for watching this one. Next week we will be playing Mothership. Fun times in space, where you'll probably die.
Space.
Yeah. We hope to see you then. In the meantime, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.